3, 2, 1. We are on air.
Hello, everybody. I am Traven Griggs, and this is Dalton Edwards, and this is the first episode of the On the Ropes podcast.
You've got to be kidding me.
This is a weekly podcast starting with me and Dalton every week, and today we are discussing NXT Takeover 25 review and results live on YouTube.com.
So, wow. Okay. That's how we're going to do it.
Let's get into this. Alright.
Okay. The first match of the night, I think, was the weakest match of the night.
Really?
Really. I think...
Alright.
Plus, I'm mad who won.
It was better than I expected, and you know they're going to push Matt Riddle. So, that doesn't really matter.
So, for Matt Riddle, I can't get the fact of that bro gimmick. You've had it with Mojo Rawley. It didn't work for him. Now look at him. He's lost in the shuffle.
Matt Riddle is basically Rob Van Dam. It's what Rob Van Dam used to do back in like '02. It's just how it is, man. But here's the thing. I'm willing to bet money that within like the next year, Matt Riddle's going to be a champion, NXT champion. He's going to have a title, North American champion or NXT champion. He's going to have a championship.
See, now I can see that.
It's inevitable. It's inevitable though. So they have to build him up now while they can. Roderick Strong is really Roderick Strong is like the least good member. I'm not saying good, not good. He's the least like he's just there in the shuffle though. He's not doing bad because it's NXT, so you don't really do bad. But they have plans for Matt Riddle long term. They don't have plans long term for Roderick Strong. So he's not gonna take the win tonight. They gotta build up. Thinking ahead of time, you know?
I can agree with that. However, I like to think of once they get out of NXT, what's next for them?
Well,
what's
Vince,
next for? Well, they got Vince to deal with. I mean, look at EC3. Nikki Cross, she's lost. Ricochet, he's lost. Aleister Black has not fully debuted yet as a singles competitor.
Think about this, not just guys. Lee's doing fine, but Ali and Cedric Alexander, what's happened to them? You haven't even seen Buddy Murphy yet. He's one of the most creative guys and talented guys on the Tour podcast.
I agree. So, are you saying that Roderick Strong may go to the Cruiserweight division?
I can see that.
I can very much see that.
Okay, anyway, let's not discuss Vince McMahon's long-term plan. Let's discuss this match, because this is the Takeover 25 review and results podcast. #1 of the weekly podcast on YouTube.com.
For now.
Gotta plug in. For now. Also on YouTube every week. Next week's podcast topic idea has not been decided yet, but a little hint or spoiler, every time there's a pay-per-view or Takeover pay-per-view, like for SummerSlam weekend, it's going to be SummerSlam and Takeover reviews.
Whoop, whoop, and we will probably be in the same spot with more people helping with the podcast.
Possibly. Not for
Possibly. It depends on who's there.
Now let's think. This match. Jesus.
What is that?
It's storming at my house.
Is it really?
Yeah. Real life, folks. Anyway.
Real life. Life happens.
So, what pros and cons of this match and what you expected and what was good in this match? I think Roderick Strong and Matt Riddle have good chemistry together. Not a pairing that I could see doing the best, but they did good. I can see that being a main event caliber match on a Takeover, or not Takeover, on an NXT TV taping. A Takeover.
If that was an NXT, if that was a regular NXT taping, I would not have been as critical. But that's how you're gonna start. I don't want to sound mean, but that's how you're gonna start your 25th anniversary.
Well, like I told you earlier in our offline chat, if I could elaborate on more, how I would have booked. If I could take a break from the review for a second, fantasy book Takeover 25 and how I would have done it. how I would have done it is I would have had alumni versus current. The main event would not have been Gargano and Adam Cole. It would have been Gargano, Adam Cole, and Seth Rollins. It would have been Finn Balor versus Velveteen Dream for the North American Championship. To add some kind of creative spunk and value to that, which is good. Next year.
Shortcut. In fact, the leader of the Undisputed Era never met a shortcut he didn't like. There you go again with one of your theories.
Now, thinking about it here, but let's focus on the current NXT. Well, what's going on right now? Let's get this review. So, you got some pros and cons of what you liked and didn't like about the match?
I liked at the beginning when he just flat out kicked the flip-flops at Roderick Strong. I think that was kind of creative.
I don't like the Gucci flops.
The Gucci flops.
That battering ram from Matt Riddle, that battering ram he did was top notch.
That I can agree with. That was a pretty good spot.
Roderick Strong is an amazing seller. Amazing.
I agree.
In my personal opinion, I don't get this on online, but IWC may disagree with me on this one. I'm sorry, internet nerds, but I think Roderick Strong is an amazing seller.
I can agree with that, 100%. However, I think it could have been more, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for, Trey? I can't think. Riddle dominant.
Well, think about it.
If you can.
It's Takeover. No one wants a one-sided match. Okay.
But if you want to push Matt Riddle, that's how you do it. If it would have been one of those matches, I would have not have complained as much. To be honest.
I would have chose Roderick Strong.
Exactly. Now, I get that they've had problems in the past on NXT.
This Takeover seemed rushed to me.
Yes, it did.
And I think by far, this was the weakest match of the card. Now, up next was the ladder match, and holy crap. What did I even... Street Profits they have changed my mind. I used to dislike the Street Profits so much. I thoroughly enjoy them and how good they are wrestling money now. And I think they deserve the tag team championships. But let's be honest though, there wasn't a tag team that I would be unhappy with having the championship.
I would have been fine with all of those if any of those teams won the belt.
Well, the Forgotten Son seemed a little unbuilt.
If they can make a name for themselves in a different way, then, hey, we're dudes and we want to beat you up. If you can make a real name for yourself.
And Bobby Fish to win this. Because I expected Adam Cole winning because it's Gargano. He's basically the Tommy Dreamer. Back in ECW, Tommy Dreamer was an underdog who was better off getting so close, fingertips away, and not winning the championship than winning the championship. That's Johnny Gargano now. So I can see him losing that. And this whole storyline with the Undisputed Era in 2019 going to have all the gold. Why not start? Heck, why didn't we have... I can see Velveteen versus Tyler Breeze happening tonight, but why don't they have the next show be North American Championship? Because I think the belt needs to go off Velveteen Dream. We'll get into more of that later when the match comes, but I think it needs to be there.
Exactly.
Anyway, what was your favorite spot in the match?
My favorite spot... I can't remember which one it was, but I thought Roderick Strong almost died. Once again, a great seller. I can't remember what... I mean, there was one... There was... Oh, we're on the tag team match now? Sorry, we are currently on air at 1 a.m. So, alright, my favorite spot of the ladder match... Excuse me. My favorite spot of the ladder match... I loved it when, the Forgotten Sons, they both had... Or no. I can't... Oh, shoot, it's too late.
The one where they had the head in their ladders and they got German?
Yes. That was my favorite spot. Plus, Kyle O'Reilly almost looked like he was...
back got screwed up.
Exactly. He looked like he was gonna die.
I wish Danny Burch and Ernie Lurkin looked a bit stronger because I enjoy the tag team. I've been a Danny Burch fan since 2015 when he was a jobber when James Storm was in NXT. That's how long I've been a Danny Burch
Remember
fan.
James Storm, everybody?
Yeah. Where's he wrestling? Is he wrestling NWA now? I think he does.
I have no clue. But
Anyway, this tag team match was awesome. I think it was match of the night.
I think it was as well.
Overall, to me, I'm gonna say this right now. This takeover seemed a bit weak.
Compared to the other ones, I 100% agree. It wasn't.
But it was gonna be weird because we're pre-WrestleMania takeover that just was absolutely phenomenal.
Exactly.
It wasn't a bad match on that card. It wasn't a bad match on this card either, but every single thing knocked every expectation out of the park. Every single time.
100%. If you cannot expect to have a good show after having one of the best shows. In my opinion, I think it was one of the best shows. That
Takeover New York or Takeover 25?
Takeover New York.
I agree.
Now with the ladder match, I thought it was a amazing match actually. I loved the mini spots in it. I loved. My favorite part was when Ford jumped off the ropes on the ladder. I'm like, how did he get there? At the end, that was my favorite part. No doubt in my mind. He had to practice that 10 times, or excuse me, pretty much for a whole week probably. That was a good spot.
I think they're awesome. I think they're great.
I think now that they have the belts, they can be more entertaining.
With that being said, though, the next challengers.
Exactly. Now you're back to square one.
So, I can see them not having a very long reign. Now hear me out. I think they're going to drop the belts at Toronto to Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
You think?
Yes, because I think they're going to go with the storyline of the
Gold
season.
Rush.
Yes. I see storyline happening. Now, next up on the card, Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Breeze.
Okay, I would just like to say this was my most anticipated match of the night. I thought it would be...
And it was kind of disappointing. Not gonna lie, it was a little disappointing.
Just a little bit. It could have been better. They could have thought of more things to do, gimmick-wise, in the match.
Like I said, this takeover felt rushed. It was by no means the weakest match on the card. The weakest match was the opening. Now, seeing Tyler Breeze in NXT, I'm very happy for him because at least he's being used correctly. There's not a one-off thing. If you check WWE.com, Tyler Breeze is listed on the NXT roster. So it's not a one-off thing. And I'm very excited for him because Triple H knows how to book talent. So
unlike his father-in-law.
I'm happy for Tyler Breeze because I'm sure he feels like he's not creatively stifled anymore.
Yes, I think it's about time Tyler Breeze gets utilized.
Because he can do it. He can do it. He can
do
it.
He's
very good. He's very good. I'm gonna be honest right here. I've never been a big Velveteen mark. I mean, I don't plan on being a Velveteen mark. But I think the guy can work. He knows how to work. He's good. He's got charisma.
Plus, it doesn't hurt him to take a loss.
Yes. So, for the people out there, yes, Black Wrestlers can have charisma. Just because Bobby Lashley is a charisma vacuum doesn't mean that all of them are. Because the way WWE main roster books it. I mean, when's the last time we've seen Big E on WWE TV? Right? And I'm trying to sound racist by that statement, so don't come at me. I'm just... It's true. Velveteen Dream has so much charisma. I didn't like the ending of this match. I really didn't.
And the end of the match,
the referee
yes.
distraction whole spot with that was kind of to me.
I mean, I liked how Velveteen just got straight in the ring and just hit it, but if it wasn't over hey, I don't want to get a DQ. If it would have been...
I forgot to ask you for the other matches. This is what we're going to do on these review podcasts. We're going to give it how many stars out of 5?
We'll do that at the end.
Rate the match out of 10. Okay. Alright. So we're doing 2 ratings. We're doing 1 out of 5 stars and 1 out of 10.
Yes. Oh, there's a cat underneath me. Hey, Casper.
So, like I was saying, Velveteen, I think it's about time to get the belt off Velveteen, because I think Velveteen is a character that doesn't need a championship to be relevant. He doesn't. He's got so much charisma that he doesn't need a championship.
Yes. I 100% agree. He doesn't need the gold to make him look good. If he can work with his charisma and work with his in-ring talent, because there is talent, not just on the mic or his flashy entrances, but he has in-ring skill.
There's only 3 men in NXT that don't need a championship to be relevant. Gargano, Velveteen, and Adam Cole. That's it. Unless you can prove me otherwise, that's it.
I cannot think of
one.
one.
Needs that championship. Tommaso Ciampa needs that championship, but he's been the most relevant since it. Aleister Black needs that championship because he's a prize fighter and he needs something to protect. Andrade needed that championship back then because he was the top of the world. You're not top of the world in the business unless you have the championship. I'm sorry, if you can think of it, let me know in the comments. But as of right now, the only 3 men in the NXT that don't need a championship are those 2 men that I named. Now, back to the review. Sorry, keep getting off track. Back to the review. This match. Yay, nay. What?
I say, if they didn't do the thing at the end, because I thought that was amazing for both men gimmick-wise.
I liked the spot when he took the selfie and they put it on the Tron. I think that was a good spot.
Except I think it would have...
That's an iPhone though, so how funny would it have been if it just said storage, not enough storage to picture.
Oh my god.
This is what makes him one of the best in the business.
I think if that spot could have been better only if Velveteen Dream was taking the picture, right? And he was about to get hit by Tyler Breeze in the back because he's too glued to the phone. I think that would have been a better, funner spot. I think that would have been a great spot.
Alright, so
if you had to change it.
Next match. Io Shirai versus Shayna Baszler.
Okay, I'm gonna admit I was busy during this match, so I saw none of it. Only the end of Io Shirai tapping out to Shayna Baszler.
I'm gonna get a lot of crap to this, but Shayna Baszler absolutely bores me. She's boring. She doesn't have a character. She beats people up and taps people out. She bores me. I think it's time for her to go lose the belt. It's why I didn't like Asuka in NXT. If you have a belt for so long, it gets boring. She's had that belt since Takeover. Well, technically, she's had it since like October because of the Evolution show.
Yes.
Which we'll get into. But I think it's time to give it up. I think she'll lose at Toronto and maybe get called to the roster. Maybe.
Now, where would Shayna Baszler go? Where do you think she'd be a better fit on?
Raw.
Raw? Okay. I agree.
I can see her on any show because both women's divisions are bad.
And if they share the women's division, I think that would be the better part of it.
We need to wrap this up because it's getting late, so let's do a review on the last match. Sorry this is going to be a short podcast. This is the first one and it's late at night. But next week's podcast will be long and be fresh and it'll be great. Let's get this main event. By God, what a main event it was. Nowhere near Brooklyn's. But by God, what a match. That Panama Sunrise on the outside, dude. Amazing.
I was screaming. I'm going to admit, my neighbors might have called the police on me. I lost my crap during that match.
It was a good match.
It was a great match.
Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano, two guys I could see wrestle for the rest of the year and enjoy it.
Not
they
just
got just
that.
enough chemistry with each other. That's that good.
Do you think it's like Ciampa Gargano good or not? That's the dreaded question.
That's the best feud and best chemistry in NXT history.
History's a big word.
And
however, everybody should agree, Ciampa Gargano is the best feud in NXT history. And if you disagree, you need to rewatch all those matches, all those promos.
Give us a better feud then. Name it. The only one I can think of coming close and not even that is Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Who versus Shinsuke again?
Samoa Joe.
I have to disagree with you.
It doesn't even come close, like I'm saying.
Yeah.
Fine. What would you think of?
I'd say the closest would be Balor Joe.
Okay.
Because
maybe.
Joe beat the Demon. And that's a big no-no.
Well, because back then the Demon was not some kind of sacred art. It was literally Finn Balor in paint.
Yes, you're right.
But like he did in Japan. So, time for the end of the review ratings. First match, Roderick Strong. Star rating out of 10 rating. What would you give it?
I give it a 2.5 star. Based on character-wise, I'm gonna say it was a 6 out of 10.
I would give it the exact same thing.
Alright. Next match was the awesome 4-way tag team ladder match. I give that a 4.5 on my rating.
I'd give it a 5. That's
5 star? Alright.
Yeah, it's the perfect ladder match, in my opinion. Dave Meltzer's probably going to block me on Twitter later, but...
And then out of 10, I give it a 9.2.
10? Man, we're agreeing for this. 9.2? Alright.
9.2.
Next match, Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Breeze. I'm going to go first. I'm going to give it a 3 stars out of 5 because this match is a disappointment to me. I'm sorry. It wasn't a disappointment as in bad. There's not almost any NXT matches that are bad in my opinion, but it didn't go the way I want. Should have been a lot more. And I'd give the rating a 7 out of 10. It was a good match, but not what I was looking for.
I'm gonna say that was my most anticipated match at Takeover. And I was waiting to see two very similar characters just beat the crap out of each other. That's what I was waiting for, and it didn't live up to that expectation for me, at least. I mean, character-wise, Velveteen Dream did his thing, but I didn't really feel it with Tyler Breeze. So I'm gonna say I'll give it a 3 star, and I'm gonna have to give it a 6.5 star.
Up next, Io Shirai versus Shayna Baszler. I'm gonna give this a 2 stars out of 5. And a 4 out of 10. I didn't like this match at all.
I give it a 1.5 because it was just Shayna Baszler going, "Hey, I'm Shayna Baszler. I beat you up. I retain title."
Yeah, Shayna Baszler has no gimmick. I think Shayna Baszler is absolutely boring. She bores me. Now, Io Shirai, on the other hand, is... Io Shirai. Anyway.
Oh, out of
Io
10,
Shirai.
I give it a 3.5 out of 10.
Io Shirai should have that championship. Shayna Baszler should drop that championship. End of story. And finally, the main event of the evening, Gargano, Adam Cole.
Baby.
Number 2.
I'm gonna say I popped when Adam Cole won because Adam Cole is my favorite in NXT.
I give it 4 out of 5 stars.
4 out of 5. 8 out of 10.
It's never going to have the reputation that it was before because Gargano was the underdog going in it, and he's better when he's the underdog, like I've said, not the champion. So that's why that's why the first one was always better. But by no means that means the second one was bad.
I'm gonna give it a. I loved everything about this match. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it a 4.8. It wasn't perfect like it was at I can't think. The one before Mania, that was Takeover Brooklyn. Thank you. Brooklyn 4.
Brooklyn 4. Brooklyn 5 actually.
Was it 5?
It was.
Alright. But I'm gonna say it was a 4.8 because it could have been better. Like, character-wise. Like, I'm not gonna be mean, but if Tommaso Ciampa would have got involved somehow, like, even if it was just his entrance theme playing, and it distracted Johnny Gargano or Adam Cole, it would have been better. I wanted to see,
because Ciampa has only been cleared for non-contact.
Yes, as he announced on the pre-show.
All right. Sorry to cut it late. Sorry to cut it short for you guys. But we're both tired, and this is just kind of a late thing. But next week's podcast will be at least 2+ hours long, hopefully.
Hopefully. Plus, it won't be as late.
Won't be as late. Shoot for Saturday. Wanna shoot for Saturday?
Sure, why not?
Alright. Podcast next week will be on Saturday. And topic we should discuss is the
Raw,
AEW
SmackDown, AEW.
AEW effect and how it's affecting WWE currently. And how NXT is AEW's true competition. Thank you for joining us. I'm Troy Griggs. That is Dalton Edwards. And this is the first episode of the On the Ropes podcast.
Let me